So I don't have an option. I was in another phone shop. I was hanging out with some of my friends who are in the same business. And the next thing. But before then, any text that comes into my phone, they don't call me. No. I kept on holding on. And I remember early this year, I told Chidi, I'll be the one choosing between jobs. I actually left the phone shop in March. I got another job with a telecommunication company. They were paying 30k. Fine. I wasn't just comfortable with the business because it was stressful and all strenuous. Finally, all the text messages that been coming and nothing. This one now came in. The first thing I did was like, I raised my hands. I was like, finally, it don't happen. See, I've been rehearsing this testimony for 2 years. I might be aspiring for this height. I'm not there yet. But as I did see you, so as you see me, so level don't change. See, I'm not going to say you should thank God on my behalf. What I've got to tell you right now is, if you think there's no God, change your perception. That's all I've got to tell you. Change your perception about who God is. Because in that situation, He's there with you. When you think there's a delay, He's working something out. Someone shout hallelujah. See everything turning around. Everything turning around. Everything turning around.
Myself if I didn't come out this testimony. I spent a few years seeking for admission. In the course of seeking for admission, I dedicated myself to this department and I put in my best into it. And when it was time to be admitted, I scored 216 in my JAMB and I was applying for electrical electronics engineering. The cutoff was 270. So the first batch came out and second batch, and I didn't make it. So there was time for admission request. So someone asked me to, why don't I apply for a lower, a department with a lower cutoff, because 270 and 216, the gap is just too much. So I was applied and I applied for civil. But to God be the glory, when the admission came out, my name still came out in electrical electronics. I didn't spend cover, I didn't meet anybody. So while in school, I also gave myself to this department also, because why I stress on it is that when I see them, I really envy them, because God really does a lot to those who work for Him. So while in school, I also did that, and to God be the glory, I graduated when I was supposed to graduate, and with a 2-1 without stress. Then it was time to go for youth service. The Senate approved the list, and my name was on that list. So when it was time to go for youth service, the correction list came out, and my name was not there. So I was wondering what happened. I was thinking the problem was from Abuja. I didn't know anybody. So somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. Now I checked in Abuja, they said the problem was not from there. So I had to go to because I finished from Univen. I went to the student affairs unit. The man that was in charge of compiling this that they sent to Abuja, I saw the list on the table. My name was there, but on the system, my name was not there. So he omitted it by mistake. I don't know why it happened. So it was depressing. I was wondering, but God had a reason for it. Because all those that were on that list, when they finally posted them, the majority of them were posted to the north. So when I told them what can be done, they said I will have to wait for the next batch. So the person that, I don't even know the person even till now, the person that helped us to check in Abuja whether the mistake came from there, the person that asked the person that, okay, for the person that they go here, where would he like to serve? And I just said Lagos. So when the, for the next batch, my name now came out and I came to serve in Lagos. Then,
when it was 6 o'clock, I closed at 6. So when it was 6 o'clock, I started telling my colleagues, let's go home at 6 o'clock. When I got to CMS, I was about to enter the garage. Then something told me to turn back. I turned back and I started buying things I didn't need, like Wally, airband, things I didn't need. And I wasn't really okay. So when I came back, because I was loading when I first came there, was filled up. So I had to enter the next one. So when we got to stadium, close to stadium, I found the bus there in a terrible accident. And the driver was dead. Most of the passengers were injured. And I want to give God all the glory because
I want to give God the glory. But first, I want to give kudos to every woman in this house. Actually, my wife gave out the bouncy baby girl on Tuesday. I know I was giving back. I just say that maybe it's a small thing and this is how they carry it. But I really, this is a one-on-one experience on Tuesday. In fact, what really happened, God really take control. It's like my wife labored for about 3 hours before, this is our first time. We discovered that when the date that were given to us, laughed and they said we should come back. So we got to state, the doctor said he's going to induce her. So I said, okay. I was praying for her. She was looking at me. I said, this is first time, don't worry. I was just doing, trying to do like a man. When he got to some stage, I was called again. The doctor said, when he got to the stage of for her to labor, he said, push. The doctor said, look at your baby said, though, he's about to come out. And I said, my wife, push now. And he said, what is wrong with you? That these people are not giving her assistance. And I looked at her, I was trying, I said, doctor, please do the CS if you want to do the CS. I can't allow this. Is this how to born? Is it the kind of thing people go through before they come? I was panicking. But one thing is that after 3 hours and through the process of the CS, she was still talking to the doctor. I said, can't this woman keep quiet? She was talking to the doctor during the operation. The doctor was like trying to encourage her. At last, she gave back. And I was like, some hours. After bathing the baby, the nurse just threw the baby. That as you catch it, that is your baby. I said, I don't know how to carry small. What this small thing. I can't just throw these people to me like that. I was like shaking, looking at the baby there, but hoping that my wife will come out safely. After the operation, she was still feeling the pains, everything there. But to God be the glory. After that operation, after delivery, there are some 5 other women there. Trying to, every one of them, they gave at the same time. People are like rushing up and down before they come. They say, Mr. Babisha, we are coming to you. I say, where's my wife? He said, it's inside. Okay. Till then, till Tuesday, she was still having the pain. But before that, the minute after she gave the bath, I was like trying to contact pastor. The phone was switched off. Yesterday, he called me. But the pain was there. I was like, okay, you have to be patient. You don't do like a man. Let them do the operation. Let them remove the stitch before anything. I don't know what kind of prayer pastor prayed with her on phone. I just knew that immediately after that phone call, she just stood up and started walking. I was like, what is wrong? I just thank God, through the cross experience, I just give God the glory, honor, and adoration. Praise the Lord.